Hi, everybody. It is episode 570 of PodQuest.
Hey.
It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. I am Chris. With me is Druten
Hello.
and Walnut.
I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am.
What?
It's the song from Superman. I've been singing it nonstop. It's all over the internet right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did you not see Superman?
No.
Oh. Well, there's a song in Superman. It's great. That's all.
I believe you.
You didn't write specifically that only I saw Superman, so I thought it looked like maybe you also saw Superman. You just wrote Superman.
Fixed it.
No, you did not. Now, there you go. I don't know where you thought my middle name was K. Where's the K coming from?
I don't know.
What is the K?
Carly.
Carly. I mean, fine, sure, whatever. I don't know. Look, I thought you'd seen Superman, so I thought you'd know the reference. Okay?
No, I want to see Superman, but I also don't feel like dealing with movie theaters, and we move in 2 weeks, so.
I think at this point you should be good to see it in a good theater.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't have time. Like
I know.
Like during the week I have work, and then on the weekends we have shit to do.
Yeah.
Maybe after the 29th.
Nice.
Well, I do want to see that, and I do want to see Fantastic Four. I'm just curious, really.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But I guess speaking of that, Richard, what is on the agenda?
God, stop using my legal name.
I didn't use your full name.
But you used my legal name.
That's fine.
Richard is my legal name, and it's so weird. It's like you're mad at me.
Look, at least when I typed it on the document, I did not say it out loud.
No, that's fine. So this week we all should have watched The Last Stand. What was it, 2013 Arnold Schwarzenegger film? 2010's Schwarzenegger film. I went and saw Superman. Cobb, you played the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake for 3 and 4, and I started playing Celeste on Monday, and almost made it through Celeste on Tuesday. Still some bit, but
oh, nice! You made pretty good progress.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So that's the show. Good show, guys.
Yeah,
see you
great
guys
show.
Next week.
Good show, yeah.
No, so
how's The Last Stand?
So, real quick, fun fact, I thought I had Peacock. Went to watch it today. Don't have Peacock. So, oops.
You could have said something.
I thought you
would
had
have
it
given you my login.
Comcast.
I don't have Comcast anymore. And literally, I went to watch it at 4 o'clock, like, as soon as I ended work today. And by the time, we went through everything and looked at whatever and remembered, oh, right, Sarah got, a year of it for free, I guess, over a year ago. It was, almost 4:30, and I was like, I don't have time to start and finish this movie.
Yeah, because I mean, you 100% had Peacocks. We definitely had watched stuff on there before, and it wasn't that long ago, so it must have literally just expired.
I think it expired within the last month for sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize you weren't on Comcast anymore. I thought you still had that.
No, switched to Verizon a while ago.
Well, lucky fucking you.
I guess.
I mean, Cobb, you're moving. You'll be able to get Verizon.
No,
probably.
No. Our new fucking house also doesn't have FiOS.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not like I even like Comcast or Verizon. Like, they also suck. I just hate Comcast that much more.
Verizon is the lesser of two evils, straight up.
Yeah. Like, not by much, but a little bit. But yeah, as far as The Last Stand, Drew, you didn't miss much.
No. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going to be a fairly serviceable whatever action movie. Would I have hated my time watching it? Probably not. Would I super enjoyed it? Also probably not.
Look, as somebody who does generally enjoy those kinds of movies, I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
It had a lot of exposition, I guess. Overall it was a perfectly fine popcorn film. It was one of the first movies back after he started acting again.
Yeah, it was that and The Expendables.
Yeah, but The Expendables was a cameo role. He had
he had a bigger role in Expendables too.
Yeah, but Expendables 2 was a couple years later. And same with Expendables 3. But like, yeah, this was like his first full film, like full starring film. And like, yeah, it was a perfectly fine, serviceable popcorn summer action film. I feel like it did have, like, it was an hour and 45. They probably could have cut out about 10, 15 minutes of it. Nothing, it wasn't like egregious though. It wasn't like incredibly boring. It just was, there was a lot of like, here's everything that's going on. And for instance, like the thing that made no sense was the very beginning of the movie was the car going down the highway. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, they tried to slide a little Fast and Furious into this movie.
Well, it's not even that. Like, that was supposed to be the car that the guy was escaping in, but like he was still in jail at the time. So why did you show me this car?
That's what I mean. They were trying to like I don't know. All those scenes felt very like Fast and Furious to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was definitely very well funded by Porsche. Like, yeah. Porsche paid a lot of money to be the star of the movie. 100%. Porsche and Dodge.
Yeah, and like the whole setup where, oh, it just so happens that the whole town except for like 6 people took a 5-hour trip to see a high school football game.
I don't think that's too over the top. It's a southern Texas town. Like, what the fuck else are they going to be doing? It's a Texas border town. I mean, that's not even a border crossing. What the hell else are they going to be doing?
And their sheriff is Austrian.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Which, you know what? I'm going to be 100% honest. I like that they made sure to like show like he's not just an American with a weird accent. Like, near the end of the movie, he tells like the guy, "You make immigrants look bad."
Yeah, that's true.
Which I don't know if that was supposed to be like a highly political comment or what, but
I mean, back then I kind of doubt it. But
yeah,
it's not like Sean Connery in every role Sean Connery ever played, particularly Highlander, where he was a Spaniard,
Spanish, yeah,
with a fucking thick ass Scottish accent.
Yeah. It was but yeah, it was perfectly fine and serviceable. Nothing like too over the top in my opinion. Like, I think the most ridiculous part was when the villain took out the SWAT jeeps with the Porsche. That was probably the most ridiculous part. That, and just that Porsche shouldn't have been able to drive in that cornfield at all. No. Just at all. It wouldn't have worked.
There were a surprising amount of people in this movie too.
Oh yeah, casting was pretty solid.
Yeah, you had Forest Whitaker was an FBI agent.
Luis Guzman was like one of the police officers.
Yeah, and Jamie Alexander, who was Sif in the Thor movies, was the other one. Johnny Knoxville was in it.
What's his name from Fargo was one of the villains.
Oh yeah, Peter Stormare.
Yeah, Peter Stormare was a villain.
Come on, man. At least be like the guy from Armageddon.
Look, I only said from Fargo because we just fucking watched it.
Yeah, I know, but he was better in Armageddon.
I didn't know he was in Armageddon because we haven't recently watched. I didn't think about that. We haven't recently watched Armageddon. We recently watched.
Well, maybe you should watch Armageddon.
Well, then maybe we should watch disaster movies as our next topic. Okay.
I have a suggestion for a theme. That's a good one though too. But we'll talk about this later.
Yeah. But yeah, like it had a surprisingly good cast, like a good cast for a movie like this, like a popcorn, like dumb action flick, even including Johnny Knoxville. Like, Knoxville was not bad in this.
No, I just think like he especially in this time frame, like between like 2005 and 2015 when he was like in movies, he always kind of got like pigeonholed into this caricature.
Yeah.
Because like there was that other movie he did where he played like a kid with autism, or not even a kid, like an adult with autism.
Oh
that entered the Special Olympics.
No, he played someone who was pretending to be someone who was special to be in the Special Olympics.
I mean, yeah, that is what I actually mean.
That's what it was. Yeah, like he luckily in this one, like he didn't have a lot of screen time. It's funny because like he was one of the big names. He's one of the poster characters and had less screen time than the fucking Camaro that was at the end of the movie. But his role was like was an expected role in a movie from a border town in Texas. Like this just like crazy weird guy that's out at the edge of town, like, and it worked. I liked it. I liked how they brought him in. I liked the whole concept, although like execution wasn't the best. It was still a solid movie. Like it's a serviceable, watchable movie. Like it's not like the greatest thing, but it's not the worst thing either.
Yeah, and like that was the thing. Like I was never captivated by it. And I think I actually think I did see it once before. And it was just one of those movies where it's like I have seen better movies both before and after this that are in kind of a similar genre.
Yeah.
And it's just like the movie had a good cast. It had a bad fucking script, if anything.
Yeah. Some of the one-liner, like they could have done better with some of the one-liner.
Yeah, like there were a few things that I did think were like good as far as like making it seem like reasonable that like Arnold Schwarzenegger like was this old sheriff in like this border town in Texas. Like the one when it's kind of like near the beginning of the movie, he gets a call from like the girl at the diner about the milk delivery, and he's just and like you can hear him just like this is his life. He deals with these calls at like weird hours all the time. And it's like, okay, like this makes it feel more like he's been here for a long time versus like passing through.
Cobb, that was like almost halfway through the movie.
Was it late into the movie?
It was like that was the turning point of the movie to turn it from just this like slower paced crime drama to an action film.
I mean, like I will give it credit. Like the movie did actually move quick. Like I never felt like it was dragging. And it's only a little bit over an hour and a half. Like it's not a terribly long movie, which helps. But that scene felt so much earlier in the movie compared to, and I think it's because like it goes from there to like everything happening.
Yeah. It's offloaded, like all the that happens and then all the action happens afterward. Like there's so much that takes place in that last 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Like it was probably somewhere between a half hour to 45 minutes when that call was in. So that wasn't like it wasn't quote early like you said, but it was maybe like a third to half by the time that actually happened.
Right. Yeah, that does sound more accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bad movie, but just not one where it's like, oh, this is something that like this is not a one where I'm like, Drew, you should actually still watch this. Like don't bother. Like it's not a bad movie, but it's definitely if you didn't watch it now, it's not worth you spending the hour and a half catching up on it.
Yeah, it's not like it's not the most memorable thing either. It's
like there are way better Arnold movies out there.
100% way better Arnold movies, but like I'm not disappointed I watched it. I'm happy I watched it. Like it was a solid enough movie. But yeah, it's definitely not one of his top tiers. I liked it more than True Lies though, in my opinion.
You're fucking broken.
I hated True Lies.
Yeah, because you're fucking broken.
No, just no.
And literally like 2 days ago, I was talking to some people about like those early 90s like action movies, and like 3 different people mentioned how good True Lies is.
I don't know. I thought it was
True Lies and Last Action Hero.
I mean, well, why didn't we watch The Last Action Hero, huh?
I don't think it's on anything. I think I did actually check for that.
Yeah. That's the one where he's like the movie star that like comes out of the movies, right?
Yep. And fucking Magneto, what's his name? Shit. Ian McKellen plays the bad guy. Or not I'm sorry, no. Ian McKellen plays Death. F. Murray Abraham is the bad guy. But like at a certain point, like Death comes out of the movie, like with the sickle and the hood and all, and it's fucking Ian McKellen.
I mean, it's available on Pluto TV, but it's gonna have ads.
I don't even know what Pluto TV is.
It's just a free TV service app.
It actually doesn't show up on Just Watch, so I guess they don't pull from that.
Probably not.
Or it's no longer on Pluto, and Google is wrong.
No, I have Pluto TV open right now. I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching
it.
Yeah,
like it's rentable on a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it's not just on anything.
Yeah.
Also, fuck Peacock. We pay for it, and there were 7 minutes of ads in this fucking movie.
Yeah, there was 300 seconds of ads at the beginning of the movie and 300 seconds of ads midway.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was about. Yeah, it was about. Yeah. Like I am totally fine with the ads in front.
Yeah.
Like, I do not mind that. Like, cause like that's what Amazon does if you don't pay for the ad free.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think they still do that even if you do pay for the ad free because fuck them. But like the ads up front, I actually don't mind.
Yeah.
And like even in like on Hulu, like I only pay for ad free Hulu because I just can't deal with watching the same fucking ad over and over again. Like if Hulu actually showed different ads as you were watching stuff, I wouldn't mind as much. But like I'm not watching regular TV for a fucking reason. But like in a movie, like watching a movie and having the movie just stop for 4 minutes is really fucking annoying. But I digress. Rich, anything else you want to say about The Last Stand?
No, I think it was perfectly fine. It was just, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's honestly not super memorable.
Yeah, like I'm not upset I watched it, but I'm not like happy I watched it. It was totally
fine.
There. Yeah.
Cool. So for the next movie, I was thinking about doing like connections, if that makes sense. Like, and I don't think we've ever done this before, but finding like an actor in the previous movie we watch, and then watching something else that actor was in. But not necessarily like the starring actor. Like say for this movie, like to take like Peter Stormare, who like fairly small role, but like had a role where you see him, you recognize him, he has lines in it. And then like watching something like Armageddon that he was in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then with the next movie, we find an actor from Armageddon to
and
watch.
Like so, and then like maybe like we watch like a Ben Affleck movie after that, and we watch
So like, I mean, if we do this, we gotta watch at most 7 movies in this theme so that we can get to Kevin Bacon.
Actually, well, it would be 6, right? Because it would be 6 degrees of separation.
I thought it was 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
6. It's 6.
Is it 6? Okay, I thought it was 7.
So actually 6 works out because it's 3 each. So yeah, like actually that, you know what? That'd be kind of cool to yeah, I'm sorry, 2 each. That'd be kind of cool to see if we could end on a Kevin Bacon movie, or at least get a movie somewhere in there that Kevin Bacon is in.
I feel like we should, if we're gonna try to get, if we're gonna involve Kevin Bacon in it, we should try to line it up for him to be at the end.
Yeah. Well, so
the goal, like almost a guarantee.
I think the goal isn't to get to Kevin Bacon by 6 or on 6. I think it's to get to Kevin Bacon by 6.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
so like if
somewhere in there having a movie with him in it.
Yeah. Well, no, we ended after Kevin Bacon. That's the whole point. We are doing 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. That is our theme. But we are starting with somebody random
movie and like it be done.
Well, no, we have to start with not Kevin Bacon and then find our way to Kevin Bacon. That's the goal.
So I would say we pick somebody from The Last Stand.
Yeah, and we'll start this as round 1, even though we're starting. Or would we consider this round 2?
No, this would be round 1. Because I think like this is the first movie, like we're just using like The Last Stand as like the jumping off point.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Let me bring up the list of stars.
I mean, my vote would say let's find a fucking Luis Guzman movie because like I love all of his movies, but he doesn't have to star in it. He just has to be in it. That's the point.
Yeah, like honestly, I can't think of that many of his movies other than Waiting. I remember he was in Waiting.
Oh, he was in Waiting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like a line cook.
Right.
He's been in a lot of like weird stuff. Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm. Checks out.
Yeah. Oh, Yes Man, the Jim Carrey movie. That's right. He was going to jump off of the building.
Right. Yeah. We don't have to go with Luis Guzman. Who would be the first one picking the actor is the question. Since you're coming up with the topic, do you want to be the first one to pick an actor?
Yeah. You know what? I'll be the first one. Just looking at like the main cast from this. All right. I'm actually gonna start a little easy. Also because I've wanted to rewatch this for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Forest Whitaker.
Yep. Rogue One.
And Rogue One, yeah.
Yep, yeah. I had a feeling the second you said Forest Whitaker, I was like, it's Rogue One.
Because honestly, this is actually going to give me a reason to try and squeeze in Andor in the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
You know what? True. From what I hear, like season 2 is how it opens into Rogue One. So
yeah, apparently, like kind of the way that Rogue One ends on the first scene of episode 4.
Mhm.
Apparently, Andor ends basically like with the beginning of Rogue One.
I may try to do this too.
Yeah,
I
and
haven't
like
watched
I've
Andor
heard
yet,
such
and
good things about it, and I did watch like the first episode or two of Andor, and like it was fine. I just wasn't in the mood for it at the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, so first one we'll do in 2 weeks is Rogue One from Forest Whitaker, and then we'll go from there.
I mean, I've already found a movie that has Forest Whitaker and Kevin Bacon. We can wrap this up in 2.
I mean, if it's available, that's a thing.
It's available.
Oh man,
That's what I think. It's more fun to try to make it be 6 steps to Kevin Bacon, because the whole like joke of the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is that it's like impossible to not get to Kevin Bacon in 6 steps.
okay.
Yeah, because he has been in so many things
Yeah.
that like everyone has a connection to him. Even people that aren't famous generally have a connection to him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh God, the movie that has Kevin Bacon and Forest Whitaker is apparently real fucking bad.
Well,
It's at
also
11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, also keep in mind, so like for the next movie, you wouldn't be basing it off of a connection to Forest Whitaker. We would pick somebody else from the cast of Rogue One.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So and like to be fair, like
Almost
Rogue One
there.
has some names in it. Like Mads Mikkelsen is
Mads-
like a fairly prominent character. So like, definitely can do it. We could then what's her name? The main female actress from Rogue One.
Felicity Jones.
Yes, thank you. You pick her, and she is a named character in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Just throwing it out there.
What's his name? The voice for the robot?
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
Alan
he's the
Tudyk.
voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He is the voice of the robot. Sorry, I was trying to remember because I was thinking of the robot from Solo first. I'm just like, no, that was a female voice.
I mean, I might suggest we watch Serenity next, but
That's a good movie.
It is a good movie, and it's Alan Tudyk. Like, if I'm picking the next actor, I might do Alan Tudyk in Serenity. But I don't know. We'll see if I remember this.
Yeah, I mean, and then coming off of Alan Tudyk, coming off of that movie, you got like Nathan Fillion has definitely been in a bunch of stuff.
Nathan Fillion, Marina what's her name?
I mean, she's done more TV.
Gina Torres, which also done a lot of TV as well. So,
but yeah, I mean, I was just thinking Nathan Fillion was just in Superman, and before that, he was in the Suicide Squad with all those actors. So like, you know, there's definitely like places to go from there. So, all right, cool. So yeah, so we'll watch Rogue One in 2 weeks, and then we'll move on to another actor from there. With that out of the way, Rich, what did you think of Superman?
I think Superman was, in my opinion, one of the better superhero movies I've seen in a long time.
That seems to be what people are saying.
Which is funny because I'm seeing a lot online of people, and I don't know if it's conservative people complaining about this, but a lot of people,
considering your views, I imagine most of your feed is conservatives.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a lot of people on TikTok are complaining about it, but a lot of them are saying that Cavill was the best Superman, and they're mostly shitting on it because they wanted more Henry Cavill and less about the fact that the movie was great.
Yeah, I mean, those people just suck because they're not giving it an actual chance. Yeah. And I like Henry Cavill. Don't get me wrong. His Superman sucked.
And it wasn't Cavill's fault. It was
it was the script and the director. And the best live action Superman we've had in 20 years up until now. I can't speak for the new guy. Is fucking Tyler Hoechlin from the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
So he felt like Superman. And from what I keep hearing, this new guy feels like Superman.
This new guy feels like Superman. A lot of people are even complaining that he's just not buff. Superman's not supposed to be buff. He's never been buff.
When Superman gets drawn in most things, he is actually So the thing is, he is supposed to have a similar build in the comics to Batman, which is how they've passed off as each other in the past, and Batman is always drawn buff, so like he's not like Nightwing is like the kind of like thinner athletic one. Superman and Batman are supposed to be like a little bit bulkier, but I agree, like he looks like Superman in the fucking pictures, like in the poster and all.
Yeah,
he's got the little spit curl.
Dude, if you watch any sort of like promotional material of what's his name?
David like Corn Sweat or Sweat or Sweet or something.
Yeah. He embodies Superman. Like he is so wholesome, and like a lot, like I watched a short today where he was in an interview and somebody was asking him like what movie like unexpectedly affected you in like a way that like made you like happy, sad, or cry or whatever. The fucking movie he chose was Bolt. That animated movie about a dog who thought he was a superhero. You know how cute that is and how wholesome that is and how Superman that is? Like, oh man, like he is Superman. He like embodies Superman.
I've been hearing that like just as far as the movie goes too, like Gunn actually got it right and he wrote a story about the man, not the super.
Oh yeah. So like a lot of things I think Gunn did right about this movie. Number one, it's not an origin story. It's not a little boy from Krypton landed in Kansas and you get a whole exposition about him growing up in Kansas and then like all the no. Literally the first 30 seconds of the movie is basically a screen with it saying 3,000 years ago meta started. 300 years ago more heroes happened. 30 years ago a boy crash landed after his planet was destroyed. And like it keeps going down like 3,330 years and then it was like 3 years ago he came out as like Superman first happened. And then 3 months ago he stopped a war and then 3 hours ago he started the first fight that he ever lost. And the movie starts with him having lost his first, like him at the Fortress of Solitude.
That scene where he calls Crypto and everything.
Yeah, in Antarctica. That's where it starts. Him all fucked up, having had just lost his first ever fight in 3 years.
Yeah, that and that's the thing. Like, I don't think James Gunn always nails the movies. Like Guardians 2 was not my favorite. But like I feel like he is one of the few directors that do the comic book movies that is familiar with the material. Even if he's not like an avid reader, he's familiar with it before he takes on the role. Like in a lot of cases, you get the people that like get like hired to write and direct the movies that they go back and they research and they read and they like develop like an understanding of it. But like he comes across more as somebody who like maybe it was back when he was a kid or something, but like that he has an actual familiarity and understanding of why people like these characters in the comics and like cartoons and stuff to actually be able to translate that to a movie and not have it be like the Snyder version of Superman that like as much as I like Cavill, like he never felt like Superman. And like even Brandon Routh, like I don't think Superman Returns was a bad Superman movie. But it wasn't a good one. Like Brandon Routh was totally fine, but he's Brandon Routh in it the whole time.
Yeah, he was fine as a Superman, but it wasn't Superman and
like
Clark Kent. Yeah,
Hecklin was the first one since Reeve that like felt like two distinct characters. Because like if you go back and watch like the original Superman movies with Christopher Reeve, he did a lot of like physical thing to make Clark and Superman different. Like he's one of the few times where like you look at an actor like as he's playing those roles and you go, oh, I understand why people don't realize he's Superman. Because there's actually there's like a 2-minute clip on YouTube that I've seen before from, I want to say it's the first Superman movie. It might be Superman 2. But it's Superman like drops Lois off at her on like the balcony of her apartment and then flies away. And then like 30 seconds later, like Clark knocks on her door and like comes in, and they're like talking about something, and she's talking about Superman, and Clark starts to he takes off his he takes off the glasses and like just like straightens his posture and like comes up like a noticeable amount to like stand tall, and he goes from looking like this meek nerdy guy to Superman by just taking off glasses and standing up. And like Hecklin pulled that off a little bit, and specifically in Supergirl. Like in Superman and Lois, not as much, because I felt like he was just kind of the same all the time in that show. But that was also like
in Superman and Lois, he was very much like a he was never really on guard because he wasn't often associating with the town. He was only ever associating with his family who knew he was Superman.
Yeah, and when he was like interacting with people in town, because like that did happen a lot. Like to them, he was Clark because he was from there. And I feel like even when he was Superman, though, like he wasn't around them as Superman, so he wasn't really acting all that different. But in like those first few appearances on Supergirl, like when he showed up as Superman, he felt like Superman.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, he comes literally stumbling into the office as Clark. And it's like, oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, Henry Cavill's Clark Kent felt just as like larger than life as his Superman. Like there was absolutely zero difference between those two.
And honestly, like I don't really, I've only seen Man of Steel once, and I don't really remember a lot of Clark Kent.
I mean, the first half of the movie is just him as Clark, technically. But I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, like the way David Cornsweet portrays both Superman and Clark Kent, like he even uses a different voice for the two. Because like there's a scene in the
Batman voice. Does he get all gravelly?
Not gravelly, but like he gets more heroic in a sense. If that makes sense.
That's like, what the ones that do it well do. Like that's how Christopher Reeve did it. He literally had this like pitchier, like crackly voice when he was being Clark, and then like this deep, like heroic voice when he was Superman.
There's a scene early on in the movie where like Clark Kent does the most unethical thing and writes articles interviewing Superman.
Oh, he does the Spider-Man in written word instead of picture.
Yeah, well, the pictures are fine because like he is taking those pictures. He might be staging them a little bit, but he's still taking those pictures, doing his thing. He's not like deciding what Superman would have said, which is what Clark Kent does in this. So at one point, he's hanging out with Lois, and like she's like, "Well, let me interview you instead. Let me interview Superman." And he's like, "Okay." And they have their back and forth, and has like she's recording it with a tape recorder or whatever, a digital recorder, and every time he's answering as Superman, like you can feel a different kind of voice and a different way he's talking. And then if there's something that like he doesn't like, or he like needs her to take off the record or whatever, he needs to be like, you can't, like he changes back to Clark Kent for a second. Like, you can't use that. You can't say this. Like, are you kidding me with this, Lois? Like he changes. And I was like, this is what Superman should be. He's not just glasses. Which like, it all worked when it came to Superman. Nicholas Hoult, I thought was an amazing Lex Luthor.
Yeah, everything I've seen, like a little like clips of him, like in the previews and all, like he looks like he's gonna nail that.
Oh yeah, he played Lex Luthor as a intelligent, maniacal, smart person, like how he should be played. And like, what's his name? Jesse Eisenberg. He played Lex Luthor as he was neurotic.
He played Lex Luthor as the Joker.
He played Lex Luthor as Jesse Eisenberg would play Lex Luthor. Let's be honest. Like he was neurotic.
He was more of a Joker-esque villain than a Lex Luthor-esque villain.
Like Luthor. This Luthor was he thought about every step. He thought about what he did. He was like his disdain for Superman just on the fact that he's an alien. I mean, yeah, he's totally fucking racist, but still, like, he did a good job at being Lex Luthor, and he did a good job portraying that Lex Luthor isn't just a man with money. He is an incredibly intelligent human who is really out for himself, because that's what all billionaires are. But he is willing to go to all ends to achieve his goals. And it shows. And like there's people out on the internet hating on Nicholas Hoult. I'm like, no. Honestly, probably the best Lex Luthor besides maybe Gene Hackman, who I think played Luthor in like the first Superman movie.
Yeah, he was Luthor in the Christopher Reeve ones.
Yeah.
I will say Michael Rosenbaum on Smallville, also a very good Lex Luthor.
Yeah, very good
very
Lex
different
Luthor.
though, because that's a reworked version of that character.
Yeah.
And also like credit to fucking John Cryer on like the Arrowverse stuff. He was also a really good Lex Luthor and had no right to be as good at it as he was.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I like casting wise, they did great. Like a few like notable other castings. Like obviously we got Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. Skylar Gonsto as Jimmy Olsen. I know him from some things.
Yeah, he's been in stuff. Yeah,
he's got like that recognizable face. Like him as Jimmy Olsen was fantastic. We got Frank Grillo in this playing Rick Flag.
I didn't know he was in it.
He plays Rick Flag Sr. You'll see what he's like. And there's a couple of others. Edie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific.
He was Darwin in X-Men First Class.
Yeah, as Mr. Terrific in this. Oh, he was honestly, I was so excited to see Mr. Terrific. And literally the people they casted as John and Martha, Neva Howell and Pruitt Taylor Vince, they just look like straight up redneck hicks, and they did the perfect casting for that. I think it was a little awkward at times because they had somebody playing Cat Grant, but they never really introduced her as Cat Grant, so I didn't know who the fuck she was. And just the whole, like, a lot of times she just had her big boobies out. Like, you see, she was cleavage is what she was.
Okay.
And I was like, she was probably the most awkward character, because, like, she had only maybe one or two lines. I didn't know who she was until I saw at the end that, like, she was Cat Grant. And then there's a couple of others. I don't want to, like, I don't want to spoil
Hawk Girl
too much.
is supposed to be in it, and
yeah, there's Hawk Girl.
And Metamorpho, I think, is also in it.
Metamorpho, who's played by the guy who played Zaz in the Gotham series, Anthony Carrigan.
Oh, I like that guy. He was also in Barry.
Yeah.
He's really good in Barry.
His makeup and everything was, like, fantastic. It looked so good. And even one cool thing, they had William Reeve play as a TV reporter, which was really
that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, like everyone else I'm gonna, like, not really talk about because, like, could be minor spoilery for potential future DC stuff. Crypto was amazing. He's the goodest, baddest boy in the world. He does not listen, and he's the best. I loved Crypto so much. And what they did with him was just fantastic. The whole storyline was an amazing story. Like, one thing I feel very passionately about, especially with this movie, is, like, this movie is very... Conservative media is hating on this movie because it's a story about an immigrant. And they make it very obvious. It's a story about an immigrant, a migrant, and a refugee. They make it very obvious. And conservative media is bitching about it because, oh, it's so woke. But it's like, it's fucking Superman. That's what he's always been. They do lean on that a bit. Like, it's not heavy-handed. It's not like it's not like the heaviest, like, left-leaning film ever or anything like that. But it's still, like, it is very much a movie about someone who is displaced from their home and is trying to find their place here and trying to help everyone else do his best that he can do. And I feel like specifically superhero movies and stuff need to start leaning on shit like this with political statements. And I think, like, Gunn said that he started writing this before the Russia Ukraine war started. But there's, like, a heavy influence of what's going on between Russia and Ukraine, a high-powered, like, military versus, like, a lesser developed military sort of situation that's a back-end story throughout the movie. Like, like I can see the influence and references in that, and I think like more specifically superhero movies need to start leaning on these messages because it's straight up like this is what superheroes are supposed to be. They're the good guys, and literally I agree with everyone saying this. If you're mad about this movie being a little left heavy-handed, maybe you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I've seen some of those like images going around too. It's like if you grew up to think Superman is woke, maybe you're the piece of shit.
Exactly. And like I feel very like this I literally got out of watching this movie ready to record a vlog to talk about this movie on my YouTube channel because of like the messages. There's literally a line that almost brought tears to my eyes, or basically did bring tears to my eyes. I'm not gonna repeat the line here because it is a very powerful line, and I was just like, this is amazing. This is fantastic. And yeah, I am excited because I'm excited to see what Gunn does with the DCU because it seems like he is leaning more on the comic. And Superman was a very bright film. It wasn't dark and gritty. It had a lot of like fun to it, a lot of color, a lot of like different. It was tonality throughout the movie. It was like it could be deep, it could be heavy. But it was a very lighthearted, supposed to be from time to time lighthearted movie. And it was fantastic. Like literally one of the better superhero movies I've seen in such a long time. Not to say other superhero movies I did not like, but this one, like, I loved Thunderbolts, but I think I liked this one a little bit more. And I thought Thunderbolts was amazing.
Yeah, like everything I keep hearing is like this movie. It sounds like they actually got Superman right.
Yeah, and like I'm hoping they stick with that, like leaning on the comics of like color and tone for other heroes. If we get a Batman, it does need to be darker and grittier because that's what Batman is.
Exactly.
If we get a team up film, it needs to have that yin and yang between the two. And yeah, I loved it. I want to watch it again. Like, there's not often I see a movie I'm like, I want to watch that right away. I want to watch it again. I want to go see it again. But I had a blast watching it. The whole villain aspect of it with Engineer and the other villain I'm not going to explain too much about because it could be potentially spoilery if you know about Superman. Like, they were great. They were awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see what else Gunn has in store. And like we already know we're getting a Supergirl movie next year. Like that's been announced.
I'm actually looking forward to that one because the story they're actually basing that one off of is just a really good story.
Yeah, and at the end you get a little Supergirl cameo too.
Oh, that's cool.
Just after everything happens, it's just a quick cameo.
Millie Alcock was really good in that Game of Thrones series.
I've never watched the House of Dragons, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, she's only in the first season of it because time skip stuff. But
yeah, like
she's really good in that. So
yeah,
like she is playing the Supergirl that is not. She is not playing the CW version of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like the story they're using for that movie is Supergirl going to a planet with a red sun with crypto to get drunk.
That's her cameo. She just returns back from Earth, and Superman straight up says like she likes to go to planets with red Earth because we can't get drunk here, or with red suns because we can't get drunk here.
Yeah, but it's she does that, and then like bad stuff ensues, and it's if depending on how closely they follow the book, it's like her traveling around like that part of like that universe or whatever, hunting down somebody that like wronged her. But like for the most part, she doesn't have her powers because it's a place without a yellow sun. Yeah,
it's such a good movie. I have so much love and appreciation for this movie.
Nice.
Jimmy Olsen's a player, which is great.
So I saw a quote. Apparently, when he got like the script or whatever, he thought they were asking him to audition for Superman, and he was very confused.
I mean, I would be confused too for a kid like him to be like we already just said, like, Superman doesn't have to be like this big buff guy, but like that kid Skylar Gisondo does not really like look like what you would think a stereotypical Superman would look. So I totally get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to say before we move on?
No, let's move on. Let's get to some Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Pro Skater 3+4.
3 and 4, yes.
Drew, you haven't played this yet, have you?
No, not yet.
Fucking slacker.
I want
to. It's really good. It's more Tony Hawk. It is kind of like they did a few years ago. So they just combined 3 and 4 into like one package. You do load into each game individually. It's a full remake of them. The soundtracks are not identical. But a lot of the old music's there as well as some new music or some like re-recorded versions of songs.
It's actually a lot of new music. I think only 20% of the soundtracks from the original 2 games.
Oh, I thought it was the reverse. I thought it was 20% was original, and I'm sorry, I thought it was 20% was new.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the other way around from what I saw, which had people complaining. But in my opinion, that's better.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair too, like Tony Hawk 3 and 4 do not have like my favorite soundtracks. I don't remember those soundtracks, and I will say like the music that's in these games are not really like my kind of music. It's a lot more hip hop, and I've actually, because I've been playing on Steam Deck, like I've just had the sound off a lot of times because I don't like it's just not music I enjoy. But the games still play really good, and similar to 1 and 2, which I don't think I'm misremembering this. I believe like, in that 1 and 2 package, Drew, couldn't you manual in Tony Hawk 1 in that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So similar to that, like when you play Tony Hawk 3, you have the stuff that you could do in 4 already. So like the wall plants and the like the transitions when you're going over like half pipes to like I forget what that's called, revert or whatever.
No, what the fuck was reverts? The like 180 as you land. That was also added in. That was a Tony Hawk 2 thing.
Yeah, because that was how you can
keep the spine transfers.
Yes, those. Yeah. Because I believe those were added in 4. They may have actually been a 3 thing though. Because I know like each game added I know each game added like one more like little thing. Like you got the manuals and the reverb and the ability to like string them together in 2, and then but yeah, so similar to that, some of the levels actually have like updated goals or like things that you couldn't have done in the game are part of a goal. So in San Francisco in Tony Hawk 3, there is a goal where you're supposed to loosen like this like big round like statue boulder thing off of like a pedestal so that it rolls down the pier and like knocks a shark out before it eats somebody. And you actually have to wall plant against it after. So there's like a rail that wraps around it like wire. They have to grind that and ride it around a few times, and then when you jump off, it like breaks the wire. But then you have to come back around and wall plant the front of it so that it like lurches forward and rolls off of its pedestal.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, like it's a lot of what I remember from those games. I just don't remember 3 and 4 as much as I remember 1 and 2, because I played way more 1 and 2 than I did 3 and 4. With 3 and 4, I played a lot of like the same levels in multiplayer. So like I remember playing a lot of Alcatraz in 4 and a lot of the cruise ship in 3. And all the other levels, I'm like, I vaguely remember these. I kind of remember the airport a little bit. But yeah, so far it's been a lot of fun. It feels very reminiscent of what they did with 1 and 2. Like I feel it's not the same team because that original team just got like absorbed into like Blizzard, I want to say.
I believe so, yeah. But
like it still has that vein and it's still done well. Like I'm not playing it being like, man, what did they do? Like the tricks don't feel right or anything. Like they actually everything feels good. Like it plays well, it handles well. I will say like playing on like the Steam Deck, it doesn't feel as good as playing on like a PlayStation controller, just because it's like it's bigger and the buttons are spread out a little bit more. Once we get set up in the new house, I'll probably stream it to the Steam Deck a little bit with like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller, just to like play on the TV and like use like a proper controller instead of like the big handheld. But it still feels good playing it. Yeah, trying to think if there's anything else like really notable about it other than just like it feels like more of the good Tony Hawk. I feel like we got like these two games, and then at least the first Underground, and then like Tony Hawk was just on like a decline after that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else? Oh, so some of these fucking goals, I just don't remember how to do them. Like I'm struggling on some of these levels to remember how to like clear all the goals. I stopped trying to actually 100% every level. I'm just trying to unlock them all first, and then I'll go back and like tick off all the other boxes on them. But like it took me like 20 minutes to remember how to grind the the bucket that's pouring like the molten metal in the first level, because you have to have your special meter up so that you get enough air, and then you have to hit it like at just the right time coming off a ramp while the bucket is tilted on its side. So like there's like a whole bunch of like potential waiting if you miss it, because the bucket like moves across the rail into the wall and then like comes back. And I tried a bunch while it was like moving and like straight up, and the rail that you're supposed to grind is straight up, so like you can't. But then other ones are just super easy. Like collecting skate is never like hard in those games as long as you can find all the pieces of the word. A couple of the secret tapes have gotten me a little bit, and in the one level, Canada, there were two of them, two goals that I just misunderstood. So one goal in Canada is you're supposed to grind the horn, which that when they show you on like at the beginning of a level, it gives you like the like quick like sky view of like each goal. And when it does this one, it shows like this like big tree with like ramps and stuff all around it, like not quite a bowl, but like more than just like a half pipe, because it's like wrapped around the tree trunk and then like wrapped around like other parts of it, so you can kind of go back and forth. And I thought that I was supposed to grind the ramps that were wrapped around the tree trunk, because that's kind of what it seemed to be like showing. But no, there's like a little bar at the top of the tree that you have to like jump off a ramp onto a roof, grind the roof to another rail, and then land on like a walkway that's in the tree to then go jump on and grind around this rail. And I'm just like, that is really pushing people knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Because like, it's not a horn. Like, I think the tree is supposed to be the horn. And other stuff is just like hard. Like, San Francisco has the manual across like the sky bridge, and like realistically, it's not that hard to manual that far. But because you have to like get up this like sky bridge first, you don't necessarily come up there with the speed already to be able to get like a good manual all the way across. So like by like halfway, you're hitting that point where you're not moving very quick anymore, and you're really like tapping the up and down buttons to not fall over. And I've gotten very close a few times and either fall or land and have to start over. And it's tough in a 2-minute time frame. I feel like there's probably another angle that I could come at it from, where like if I like come off of like a roof from somewhere, maybe I can like hit it with more speed and actually manual across it at like a decent speed instead of just like fucking crawling across it and hoping for the best. But yeah, more Tony Hawk's always good. I hope. I know there was like a couple years ago there was like talk that like maybe they were working on a new one, but I think maybe that may have just been this. I do hope this sells well enough that maybe they do try to make like a proper new one, because what was the one they did they call the one a couple years ago Tony Hawk 5, or was it just Tony Hawk Pro Skater again?
It was 5.
Okay, I thought so. Like that game was bad. Like compared to what these should be. And these ones aren't. So I would like to see them, make these games again, but new and fun. So yeah. That's all I really have to say about Tony Hawk. I'm going to keep playing it because I still have levels to unlock in Tony Hawk 4, but I've enjoyed it. And Drew, you will certainly enjoy it too if you do pick it up.
Yeah, I'm going to get it at some point.
Nice. Well, Rich,
yeah.
You've played Celeste.
I have played Celeste. I am on level 7 of 7 plus 2.
Well, I mean, plus all the B and C sides.
Well, I'm not going to do the B sides. But I am gonna. So I was looking into it. There's 9 chapters in total. Chapter 9 was a free DLC, and Chapter 8 you only get to if you get all the crystal hearts. So I'm gonna get all the crystal hearts, and then do chapter 8 and 9. And then once I'm done 9, I'll probably call it from there. I don't know, probably leave it installed if I ever just want to randomly jump in. But this game is what I want from platformers, because there's not a lot of backtracking. If you die, you reload right where you died.
And within that screen.
Yeah, it's just doing that screen. Which that's what I would prefer when it comes to something where it's trial and error. Like even most Soulsborne games, when you die, it's less than 2-minute run back to the boss. If you're dying at a boss, at least. Even like Elden Ring, literally there is a save point outside of every boss. So you don't even have to backtrack that far to get to a boss. So like I enjoy this more because I know I don't have to go through a lot of shit to get to where I was. And it's easier for me to learn what I need to do because I'm just doing that.
It's also a very limited there's not that many like moves and stuff you have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean the hardest part is remembering that I have to hold left trigger to grab the wall. Other than that, yeah, it's jump and dash is really all you got. And then learning like, for instance, there's the little gems that'll refill your dash, or all of the actual stuff that you can grab or bounce off of will refill your dash as well. So it's limited, but it's like it's what I like in a game like this. It's what I like or prefer in a game like this, is something where it's like it's not a lot of going back through. It's like that's what I love Hollow Knight, but the platforming parts of Hollow Knight, especially like the harder things, I've never done the Path of Pain, but like that is like if you die, you have to do it all, so you don't want to die, and that's why it's called the Path of Pain, because it is painful to get through. I just that stuff that like, man, that's just a little much. Like having to remember each and every part, because even in a game like Celeste, if it's a single fucking screen, I'm still at times forgetting what I need to do next, because it's a lot. I just finished
some of those levels are like intense. Like
it's the hard part were like the boss sequences,
specifically like with the hotel guy and Battleline.
The hotel was fine. It was the one that the one that drove me a little nuts was carrying Theo out of the ruins, and dealing with the frickin' the beholders. That was like, because you couldn't dash if you were carrying Theo, and if you like threw Theo into like glass or into like a place where you would die, then he dies and you die at the same time, and you're having to dodge the beholder while trying to get through the level. It was just, that one was a little tough. My hands sweat so much playing this game. So much is disgusting. Like, I need gamer gloves if I'm gonna play more games like this. Like, it is, because like I don't. It's because I grip the controller so hard that it's just like my hand just like, oh, it's gross. It's gross how much I sweat. It's also like not the coolest in my house because it's summer, and so like my air conditioner only kicks on if it gets to 78 degrees, and it only goes down to 76 before it turns off. So it's not like the coolest in the house, but it's still like it can be a little intense. But like there hasn't been a section necessary. Like there's been a few moments here and there that like made me almost want to call it, but I just had to pause and recollect my, like, recenter myself and then just get back into it. But it's been really fun to play and experience. Like, this is a game that I've always been afraid of because of my general disdain for fucking platformers. Like, I'm not good at them. I don't really like them that much. Like, but it's not as much that I don't like them. It's just that I don't like having to redo everything. And so like I said, what this game does is it makes it accessible for someone like me who just I don't have that muscle memory to go through 6 fucking screens just to get to one.
You know, it's really funny, like the way, just specifically the way you worded it. You don't generally like platformers because you don't like redoing stuff. I don't like like the Souls games because I don't like redoing stuff.
And see, that's and I get it, because when you're playing a Souls game, you're potentially fighting the same monster over and over and over until you win, like until you get good or whatever. But like there is a level of, like I said, most Souls games, especially the more modern ones, the save point is right outside the boss, or isn't far from the boss, to where the backtracking or the traveling that you have to get to the boss isn't going to stop you from, like, isn't going to take too long. Like, it's a reasonable amount, and generally you can just skip all the enemies if there are enemies to get to the boss.
But so like that is why like I don't mind like the platformer redoing stuff, because generally like especially older platformers, like those levels generally aren't that long. And if I fuck up, like generally like I see why I fucked up and I can get back to that point and redo it. On like Souls games, like, you know, like you might fight a boss 20 times as you're trying to figure out like all of its patterns, and like to reload and have to run back to it and do that. Like for me, that there is no fun in that. But for you, there's no fun in the redoing an entire level of a platformer.
Because I could, and it's the same with Souls, like I could die getting back to that point that I needed to get to. And like that's when it gets me the most in like Celeste, is like, I've done this jump 100 times. Why did I just die 4 times in a row? I've done this 1,000,000 times. Why am I dying here? I know how to do this. That's what gets me with platformers. It's like, even if you know what you need to do and how to do it, you may twitch, you may fidget, you may like not have the full muscle memory to like, or you have the muscle memory, but like you go a little too hard or a little too soft or whatever, and you fuck it up, or you don't have the full like pixel perfect placement to make that drop or whatever, and you don't even get to the point that last killed you, and you're dying again. That's where, like, to me, like, that's the frustrating part, is like, I done this already. Whereas, like, in Soulsborne, and Souls games, and more difficult games, like, again, like, running to the boss, I think the furthest run I had in Bloodborne, because that's the most recent game I'd played, the furthest run I had to get to the boss, was, to get to a boss I fought numerous times, was like a 5-minute run with enemy. But that was a hidden boss that you didn't have to run.
Right. And like the opposite side of that, like I get zero like joy from dying to the same enemy. Like if I get halfway through a boss and then die, and then the next time I get a little bit further but still die, like I don't feel like I'm progressing at that point, because I'm still just dying. Whereas with like a platformer, I don't feel that. Like I might have to take a break after a little while, just because you do, like, if you die in like a similar spot, or you can't like figure out what you need to do. Sometimes you do just need to like step away from like the certain level for a minute. But I still feel like I'm progressing in a platformer, and I just don't get that from the Souls games.
Yeah, but
so it's just funny that we have very like the same opinion, just on like opposite genres.
I get the joy out of like, okay, I get this in Celeste. It's like, specifically in Celeste, it's like, I know what I did wrong, I know what I have to do, and completing it, I feel good completing it. It's a single screen, whereas like in Bloodborne, it's the same way, or in any Souls game, I run to the boss, I fight it. Oh, I died right here. I know I accidentally dodged back instead of forward, or I mistimed my dodge just a little bit, or this and whatever. And so like I know what I did wrong, I can do better, and I can get it. And it's always that outcome at the end of, I did it. I'm done. I don't have to do it again. Great. And that's what, like, a game like, for instance, because it's really the only reference I can get at the moment, like, fucking Hollow Knight, if you die, you go all the way back to your bench. So that's like, all right, there's so much I have to do. Now, luckily, like Hollow Knight, if you fall into a pit, you don't die, you lose a health, and it brings you back to the last point that you landed. But if you lose all your health, you go back to the bench, and then you have to do it all over again. Whereas, like, in Celeste, it's just, this is a wide screen, but you did it. and now you can go back. And now like you just have to do the screen. You just have to do the wide screen. And generally wide screens aren't very like button input heavy. It's like it's not like you're jumping and dodging a lot. It's you're doing a thing to get over bit by bit slowly, and it's just like, oh, that missed timing. And it's generally like the harder ones are getting the B-side tapes. It's like locating, like getting to the end of the long screen with the B-side tape. I remember it was which one was it? Was it it was the ruins again, and like it was one of the rooms where it's like the pink and blue panels that change after every click or every other click. And it was like it was a sequence where it was 3 and it was 2 blues on the outside and a pink on the inside. And so you had to like once the blue disappeared, dash to the pink. Once the pink disappeared, or before it did, jump over to the blue. And then jump to the other side of the blue, and then once the blue disappears, jump back to the pink, and then jump over to get to the thing. And it's just like that, like having to go through that whole screen just to do that part. That was like I was getting frustrated. It's like I know how to do these jumps, and I keep missing these jumps to get here. And I would get those jumps, and I would get to that last sequence, and I would miss my jump, and then I'd have to do it all over again, and I'd die 3 or 4 times getting back there. And I'm just like, this is annoying. This is frustrating. Like I've had those moments in a FromSoft game, in a Souls game, because it's like watch my Bloodborne playthrough. Like the last like 3 or 4 bosses took me. Wasn't the last 3 or 4, but the last few bosses that I fought in that game literally each took me 3 hour to 2 hour runs a piece that I cut down to about a half hour each. And I would get to a certain point and I'd have to take a break. And I would take like, all right, that's the end of recording, guys. Let's try it next time. And I cut it. It was like 3 of the final bosses, 3 of like the DLC. You don't actually have to do these bosses. Took me 3 weeks of an hour to 2 hours attempts each. And it gets frustrating. I totally get it. But just that end point of being, I was like, I finally fucking did it. Now let's go to the next hard boss. It feels good. It feels good. But like with Celeste, it does feel good clearing some of these jumps. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm happy I'm doing it. But it's like the game isn't as hard as I was expecting. Like I thought I was going to be raging a little bit more, and I haven't really raged at all. But yeah, I haven't done the B-sides or anything like that. And I know like level 9 is one of the harder ones, but it hasn't been too insane. I think the most deaths I have in a level was like 300 plus, but that was the what's it called? The hotel that I did all of the Pico 8 levels in. So I got all the way to the top of the mountain of the 8-bit Celeste. And so like that's where a lot of my deaths came from.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a fucking heavy-handed story.
Yeah.
About anxiety and depression and battling your own inner demons and accepting who you are. And fuck, it's so heavy.
Yeah. There is a like a short sequel also, Celeste 64.
Yeah.
Which is also fairly cheap, I believe, and it's like a 64 platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Where Madeline returns to the mountain to try and come to terms with some new things. So, you know, I know you prefer your 3D platformers. You might want to try that one out afterwards.
Yeah, I heard of Celeste 64. I think it was when I was looking at the how long to beat or whatever. It's apparently not. Is it a sequel or is it just like a DLC or some shit?
It might actually just be free. It's not technically DLC.
It's not on Steam, is the issue.
Oh, you know what? It looks like it's on itch.io, and it's free.
Yeah, so it's not an official thing.
No, it was made by Maddie Makes Games.
And then why did they only put it on itch.io?
Because it's free, I think. Like
well,
they didn't put it. They didn't want to go. So that you have to pay to put games on Steam.
Yeah, but
no, like that might Celeste might actually, or Celeste 64 may actually be the last game technically from Maddie Makes Games, because she is now like head of something for like another indie studio.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like most of the like original team that made Celeste worked on Celeste 2 or Celeste 64. So, and it's free.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying Celeste. I am shocked at how much I like it. To the point like if I wasn't having fun once I had beaten chapter 7, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. I don't care about 8 and 9. But like I'm at the point of like, all right, I'm almost done already. So like next time I stream it, I'll do chapter 7, and I'll go back through the chapters and get the crystal heart. I don't know if I have to actually beat the whole level or just find the heart. I think all I'll have to do is find the heart, and then I guess probably be able to just leave it after I get it. And like I'm enjoying some of the challenges of trying to get the strawberries. There's some that I'm just like I just don't understand what I'm supposed to do to get this, and so I just don't care. But others I'm like, all right, I can see the path, I can see the pattern. It's just getting it right and getting used to it. That it's just it's pretty fun, and yeah, it's surprise a game that everyone has loved. I'm enjoying, and a game that's been out for forever. I'm enjoying. Yeah, it's good. It's shocking how much I like it. I didn't realize it was only 2018. I thought it was a little bit older, but
no, yeah, 2018 sounds right because I bought it for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like if I can get into if I can find joy in the last couple of stages, and like if I actually do care enough to get like chapter 8 and 9 or not, and if the difficulty is does really go up that much or not. From what I hear, chapter 9 is insane, but we'll see. But yeah, it's Celeste is good, guys. If you haven't played Celeste, you should play Celeste. But pretty sure everyone on this podcast has played Celeste, and everyone on the earth has played
since
Celeste.
2018.
I'm just the only one in the world who's never played Celeste. Like I have friends who I would never have expected had played Celeste have played Celeste. So yeah, it's pretty solid. I enjoy it. But also at the same time, I'm happy that it's relatively short because I have such a backlog of games I have to play at the moment.
I mean, yeah, you do.
It's also not it's a lot of games, but also at the same time, it's not that many. Like once we beat, so like currently we're playing Slime Rancher and Celeste, and then Romancevania is the next game, which is the dating sim Castlevania type game. Then my Demon Souls Chat Makes My Build playthrough. Then Cuphead. And then I still have to get Date Everything. But like Cuphead and Date Everything I don't actually own yet. So Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver will be before those two. But then I have to get those two. So it's like the games that are mandatory for me to play, it's not that many. It's only 1, 2, 3. It's only 5, but I only own 3 of them at the moment. But then there's like games that I want to play like Expedition 33 and stuff like that I'll have to get into, plus whatever else, if with all my sub pushes and charity events and whatnot going on, whatever else gets unlocked from there.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
keep that backlog filled.
Yeah, well, I'll try.
I think that will be a show for this week though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, if anyone would like to find more of our content, they can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can also help us out by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us there with your dollars, though, you can go to your favorite podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Rate us, review us, subscribe to us. All of it helps. We're on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. And we are at one-quest.com on Blue Sky. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/onequestvideo, and you can always send us an email to social@one-quest.com. Rich, what is your streaming setup?
Twitch.tv/b_walnuts for video game streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. In the upcoming weeks, I am doing a couple bonus streams as well. Next Friday, the 25th, I will be doing a Lockdown Protocol stream, and it was supposed to be the 3rd. I was going to be doing another Lockdown Protocol stream. However, it seems like the people that told me that plans were set they didn't set plans properly, and so that day might be changing to the 2nd, because then I'm going to be hanging out with them on the 3rd. Who knows? But we'll be playing some Lockdown Protocol in the near future, as well as, like I said, Celeste, Slime Rancher, and Sea Thieves, and whatever else I get into. And the whole backlog I just mentioned.
Nice. And with that, we will be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.